RV News. Based on the title, Frank26 confirms real-time RV, Iraq's currency shift is underway. Iraqi Dinar News Today 2025. Welcome back to RV News, your go-to source for all the latest updates, analysis, and behind-the-scenes information regarding the Iraqi dinar, Vietnamese dong, and the global currency reset. If you're holding IQD or just curious about what's really going on behind the scenes in Iraq's financial system, then today's video is one you absolutely can't afford to miss. We're diving deep into bombshell developments, including confirmation from none other than Frank26, who has now gone on record saying that the Iraqi dinar revaluation is unfolding in real time. That's right, according to Frank26, Iraq's currency shift is not just in the planning stages or in negotiation, it's actively happening right now, step by step. Stick with us, because we're going to break down everything from the financial indicators to the banking system cues, global alliances, and yes, what this means for you as a dinar holder. So let's get into it. Over the past few days, a flurry of activity has been reported out of Iraq, the central bank, and international currency monitoring platforms. Many were quick to dismiss it as just noise, but Frank26, one of the most consistent voices in the RV community, has now confirmed on multiple platforms that what we're witnessing is not business as usual. Iraq is actively positioning itself for full monetary sovereignty, and the clues are too big to ignore. According to Frank, sources within the Central Bank of Iraqis, direct sources are saying that the infrastructure for the revaluation has already been installed and that rate changes are being simulated and tested in real time with specific banking partners. This is significant. We're not talking about speculation anymore. We're talking about implementation. Multiple Tier 1 and Tier 2 banks have reported adjustments in the backend screens, showing fluctuating dinar rate values. These values aren't public-facing yet, but insiders are suggesting these are live simulations preparing for reactivation. Frank26, known for his long-standing relationships with Iraqi insiders, confirmed that the software systems needed for an international rate release have been integrated into the global financial grid. These systems include connections to SWIFT, ISO 20022 compatibility, and satellite-linked banking nodes, all of which are critical for real-time currency revaluation. Let's not forget that this is all happening amid a broader context of Iraq strengthening its oil contracts, increasing international trade, and reducing dependency on the US dollar. Just last week, Iraq signed multiple energy contracts with nations across the Gulf and Asia, contracts that stipulate settlement in dinar, not dollars. This is no small move. It's a powerful indication that Iraq is serious about elevating its national currency to global standards. According to Frank26, this kind of action is exactly what precedes a major currency shift. When a country starts demanding settlement in its own currency and ensures liquidity via central bank reserves, it signals preparation for a revaluation. But why now? What's pushing Iraq to move forward in August 2025, after so many years of planning, delays, and geopolitical headwinds? The answer may lie in the rapid acceleration of regional and global financial reforms. As BRICS nations continue to challenge the US dollar's dominance, Iraq is strategically aligning itself with emerging economic powers. China and Russia have already shown interest in Iraq's post-revaluation economy, and Iraq's internal stabilization, both in politics and security, has given the central bank more confidence than ever to move forward. Frank26 has repeatedly emphasized that the rate change won't be a surprise to those who are watching closely. He stated that we are now in the final implementation window. What does that mean for you? According to Frank, this is the time to double-check your bank contacts, verify your currency authenticity, and prepare your documentation. Quiet redemption processes may begin regionally before going global. In fact, reports are already surfacing from dinar holders in Europe and Asia who say they've been contacted by private banking desks to verify holdings in preparation for appointments. While these claims haven't been publicly verified, they align with what Frank26 describes as soft roll-up. Another key point Frank26 made in his latest broadcast is that the rate we're waiting on is already agreed upon. Yes, behind closed doors. According to his sources, the contract rate for the IQD has been set, and while that rate hasn't been officially published, insiders suggest it's in the neighborhood of $3.90. 2 for United States dollars and 40 cents per IQD. That's a massive leap from its current spot market value and would represent a total game changer for all currency holders. But Frank also cautioned viewers. The higher contract rate may only be available to those who are part of Tier 4 Beta Internet Group and who are well prepared when appointments are made available. Frank26 also addressed what many have been concerned about, the role of US banks. According to his latest information, major banks like Chase, Wells, Fargo, Bank of America, and Citibank have all received revaluation guidance packets that include redemption procedures, NDAs, security protocols, and payout instructions. He specifically pointed out that Chase Bank is ahead of the curve, already running in-house simulations on how to process high-volume IQD and VND redemptions. And, as we've seen before, where Chase goes, others tend to follow. Another aspect that Frank26 shed light on is the role of the U.S. Treasury. Contrary to public silence, the U.S. Treasury has reportedly given the green light for private redemption activity to begin in a controlled, phased manner. This is why you might not hear a mainstream announcement. But you'll notice unusual banking activity and sudden calls from relationship managers if you're already flagged as a currency holder. Frank warned viewers not to wait for the TV announcement. By the time CNN or CNBC covers it, the bulk of early redemptions will be done. In the midst of all this, many are wondering how the average dinar holder should respond. According to Frank26, this is the moment to act, not to panic, but to prepare methodically. He recommends confirming your currency authenticity with a professional or through a Tier 1 bank, securing multiple forms of ID, and organizing any trust or wealth management documents you may want to present at your appointment. He also emphasized the importance of staying silent during the process. As he puts it, the RV is not a spectator sport. It's a participant event. But only if you're ready. He also touched on the spiritual side of this journey, reminding the community that many of them were led to this moment through faith. Frank has always viewed the RV as not just a financial event, but a spiritual shift for those who have patiently waited, educated themselves, and prepared with integrity. He encouraged dinar holders to remain calm, focused, and vigilant, especially in these final moments where distractions and misinformation can cause people to make costly mistakes. As we look at the bigger picture, it's clear that everything is converging. Iraq's economic indicators, global financial shifts, U.S. banking infrastructure, and now, confirmation from top insiders like Frank26 all pointing toward one unavoidable conclusion. The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is no longer a matter of if, but when, and based on this week's updates, that when is very, very soon. Some even believe the real-time simulations mean the rate could go live within days, possibly even hours, depending on final approvals and liquidity checks. There's also a buzz around the new IQD notes. Frank26 confirmed that new lower denominations have been printed and are already being distributed to key regions in Iraq. These new notes are critical to the revaluation process because they reflect the purchasing power parity expected after the rate change. In layman's terms, once the dinar goes from its artificially low program rate to a restored international value, smaller denominations will be needed for everyday transactions. Iraq's rollout of these notes is yet another clear sign that the RV is in motion. Frank also mentioned that the IMF and World Bank have both been consulted in the last 2 weeks. Their role, while not to approve Iraq's decisions, is to ensure compliance and system readiness. Both institutions reportedly signed off on Iraq's current trajectory and gave no objections to the planned release of the new rate. This is an important step in legitimizing Iraq's move on the world stage. It removes any doubt that the international community is aware and supportive of this financial transformation. In closing, Frank26's message to dinar holders was clear. This is not a drill. The real-time currency shift is happening behind the scenes, and those who have prepared, those who have stayed informed and followed the breadcrumbs are about to see everything they've waited for become reality. Whether it's your first time hearing this or you've been following this journey for over a decade, the time to act is now. Quietly, wisely, and decisively. Here at RV News, we'll continue to track every detail, every signal, every movement from Baghdad to Washington and beyond. We know how long this community has waited. We understand the hope, the anxiety, and the desire for clear answers. And we're committed to bringing you nothing but the truth, sourced from credible voices like Frank26, and verified by ongoing global developments. So make sure you're subscribed to RV News. Click the notification bell so you never miss a critical update, and share this video.